Sandy, is there anybody here for the meeting that you can see?
Yeah, there's a
Cat?
public. Looks like 11 members of the public.
Oh, okay, all right.
So we may just
Oh,
want
I
to.
just got Dan in.
Oh, okay. Dan,
Without Dan.
we'll get Dan in. Hey, Dan. Dan? Right. This is the May 4th, 2022 meeting of the Town of Austining Planning Board. We'll ask that people identify themselves, and we'll start with my screen, I guess. Sandy, you wanna?
Sandy Anelli, Secretary of the Planning Board.
Kathy,
Kathy Zelantis, Planning Board Attorney.
Jim,
Jim Bucinas, Planning Board member.
Donna,
Donna Sharratt, planning board member.
Jason,
Jason Mencher, Planning Board alternate member.
Valerie,
Valerie Menastra, Planning Board Consultant.
Dan,
Nancy Arcia, Consulting Engineer of the Planning Board.
Margaret,
Margaret Kahn, Secretary.
and I'm Carolyn Stevens, filling in for Gareth as chair this evening. Okay. As I understand it, the matter that was on for public hearing for this evening has been adjourned. We just need to adjourn it to a date certain. It appears that we will not be able to have a quorum of the board for the May 18th meeting. So we're now looking at June 15th. If there's concern by anybody, that that's too late, would everybody be available for June 8th is the question, I guess. Does anybody?
I would be available.
Okay, Jim, would you be available?
I can make it.
Jason, would you be available?
I won't be available.
All right, so then we will leave it for then the June 15th date. Okay.
And we'll need all board
Nathan,
members to attend the June
Right.
15th date.
So do we need a motion to adjourn it? Or
Yeah,
just-
definitely.
Just to note for the record, there was a request by the applicant for the adjournment. So that's what you're granting right now. And to adjourn it to the June, you need a motion to adjourn it to the June 15th regular planning board meeting.
May I just ask a question? Is Gareth and Manny definitely not available for June 8th? Do we know that?
Gareth is not, and
Oh, for
Gareth,
June 8th? Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
So, all right, so can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll
Okay,
second.
thank you. Jim, how do you vote?
Yes.
Donna, how do you vote?
Yes.
Jason, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. So the matter's adjourned to June 15th. The only, if there's any members of the public here for the public hearing, there will not be a public hearing this evening, so, but there will be another notice going out for the June 15th meeting. On the only other item to be cleared up is the approval of the field changes for 125 Morningside. Dan, I understand that you went out there and that you and John Hamilton have found the wall to be suitable.
Well, the wall is appropriate for the load that it's holding, the height of it.
Mhm,
I guess there was some discussion as to the appearance of it.
mhm.
The plans did depict a mortar wall. This is a dry laid stone wall, but for it's not very high. It's only probably 2-3 feet tops in most places. So structurally, I don't think it poses any threat.
Okay. And then, as I understand it, there's supposed to be some planting changes, which will be made which will be required in order to obtain the C of O. Is that correct, Kathy or Valerie?
That's correct.
Okay. So then, what do we need to do to approve the field change?
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
Because I can understand that long wall that's sort of parallel to the front of the house. If it's structurally sound, it is an ARB, so we're not the building department. I mean, it's beyond just structurally sound. It's supposed to be also appearance. So the front wall, I think right by the road, I think that should be, and it's not that big of a wall. I think it should be made so that it's more attractive. It's the back wall, and that's parallel to the back of the house, and the wall that's parallel to the front of the house is not really seen from the roads, so much, especially if they move those trees a little bit. But I mean, it's not attractive, that's for sure. That front wall. I mean, I would hope the ARB is a little bit, the bar's a little higher than just structurally sound.
So I think we'll need a vote from the board as to whether I'm gonna have, if there needs to be changes to that, I think we're gonna have to, I don't know what else to do except maybe have the applicant come back to this board and talk about what it is exactly you're looking for them to do.
Well, what is everyone else's opinion? Did everybody see it? Jim, did you see it?
I've been there. I'm a little lost right now as to which wall we're discussing. The one along Morningside, was that ever as part of the application?
Is that considered Morningside, that road that the three houses are on?
Well, it eventually dumps onto Morningside. Their frontage is onto Morningside, I believe.
I think, there may have been walls that went in with the original subdivision. But in terms of this application, there's some new stone walls that went in that were dry laid. It's really, it's not.
They're adjacent. The new walls are adjacent to the house, in
Right.
front and the rear. But I think Donna's actually referring to the one that's street front. Am I
Right.
understand?
That wasn't
Did-
part of
Did
the
you find
application.
that okay?
I don't think that they ever did any work on that to begin with.
I don't think that was part of this application.
So
I
how
agree
did
with Donna's comments, but I don't think it's part of this project. That's the only reason I'm hesitating.
even though it's right in front of the house, it's not part of the project? It was,
I think all the work that they did was basically the work surrounding the house. I don't think that that old stone retaining wall along Morningside was ever part of this scope of work.
no, I'm talking
I
about
have-
right
I
by
have
the
the map.
driveway,
Let me
right by the
pull it-
driveway of this new house.
Okay,
Let me show you. This is.
Yeah,
this
right
was
by the
the-
driveway. They have a retaining wall.
This,
No, it's
this,
it's on that road. It's just by their macadam driveway, just to the right of it. Yeah, There's like a whole wall right there, right by the road. Yeah, and they have like some plantings in front of it. So it's not even on there.
No.
Yeah.
No, there was a little bit of an addition, I believe, on one of the walls that they put onto their property. If you recall last conversation we had.
Right.
Dan, when you went out there, what was,
You know, I'm looking now to see if I took a picture. I mean, I guess I didn't find it, you know,
think I have.
that horrible. I guess it wasn't, but I'm looking to see if I can find a picture. If I can find a picture, we could share with the board what this thing actually looks like. Bear with me.
So Jim, do you know the wall that I'm talking about? Or,
I do now, yes.
okay. What did you think about it?
I mean, it's not what the way it was presented, but
Right.
I don't think it's so objectionable that I'd have them rip it out. It's more of a loose stone wall that's kind of set into the landscape. It's not wonderful, but it's not I don't think it's bad. And I think once the landscaping settled, you know, around it, the vegetation that you're asking for settles in, I think it'll look quite natural.
All right, well, I'll go with that. There are other problems like Valerie, he has the only thing he had the ticket on was the burning bush. Is he gonna take that out? That's an invasive plant.
I mean, do you want him to take it? I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
This is
I
the
feel like
difficult.
it's
Right, so the
burning bush.
difficulty is that I'm having is that they're looking for a certificate of occupancy. And I need to know if this board wants me to reach out or wants me to tell John he cannot get his certificate of occupancy unless absolutely everything is according to exactly what it was on the plan, or whether this board, like whether a bush, like the burning bush, I mean, I can tell him to remove it. I have Donna's comments, so I need direction from this board as to,
Well, I
because right
think I
now the
feel-
resolution says any change has to come back to this board. So I don't know, so it's all up to you as to whether we can issue a certificate of occupancy or not.
Well, that's a New York State invasive plant. I mean, I think that we really should.
So I think that was part of the list. So if it, I mean,
Okay.
that was what we sent to him. So then he'll have to do that once
Okay.
he's ready.
All right.
all right,
And I'll let you know, and you can go out to the site again and inspect it.
So I would be fine. I'll defer to Jim on the wall.
okay. All right, so, I guess,
So we're asking him to bring the landscaping up to speed before he gets his CO, right?
Yes.
Yes.
but,
He should complete the project before he's given certificate of occupancy.
Yes, that's what we've told him.
We're all on the same page.
okay. So, do we need to make a motion or anything at this point?
So
Or
I think you need to make a motion to approve that field change.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the field change with field changes.
I'll make the motion.
Okay,
Second.
okay. I'll start with Jason.
Yes.
Okay. Jim,
Yes.
Donna,
Yes.
and I say yes. So the field changes are approved, and now to get the certificate of occupancy, just has to comply with the,
Yeah, so Sandy, can you let them know that when they have landscaping all settled, that they can let John know, and I'll send out an email to the board for them to go out and take a look at the site again.
Yes.
Okay. I think we're done this evening.
I just confirm that, so we're not having the meeting on the 18th?
Correct.
Okay.
I won't be here and Gareth is not available, so. Yeah.
hope
I
you're
was,
all
ju-
doing
I was
something
just
fun.
curious, I was just curious that June 1 isn't a meeting. It was never calendared. I was just looking at the calendar for the year. Why is that?
I don't know.
It sort of falls, it sort of falls in Memorial Day
Weekend.
week
Understood. Okay, so it was never planned to be.
where
okay,
there's a
thank
lot
you.
of people not around.
Understood.
We always leave that
Understood.
one kind of open, that and like the 4th of July week is the same thing happening. But I mean, we can always schedule the meeting if you want to.
Yeah, if for some reason it turns out we really need one, we'll,
'Cause my
Carolyn, you're
concern-
not around this June 1st anyway, so.
correct. I'm not around June 1st either.
Yeah, because my concern is that we'll have like so many things on the thing and on the agenda, and then it becomes like
No.
really late night. So if there's a
Well-
way we could avoid that.
Unfortunately, I'm away from May 13th to June 1st. I'll be in France.
Nice.
And Gareth isn't available, so we're kind of stuck.
So is there a way, if a lot of things come to, that are, particularly some of these things are lengthy discussions, is there a way that we can
We can
split it up?
Yes, we will consider setting
Okay.
another meeting if we have to.
Great.
Okay,
Great.
all right.
All right, well, have fun.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We planned this trip 2 years ago when we got our second shot, figuring everything would be great by now.
Mm,
Oh, well, but we're still going. It's also this year, in August, it'll be our 40th wedding anniversary. So we wanted to do something special this year. So this was kind of it. So anyway,
Sounds great.
yeah. All right. Well, everybody need a motion to adjourn.
Yes.
I make that motion.
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor, Jim,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Donna,
Yes.
and I'll say yes. And I'll say good night and thank you, everybody.
Nice.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Take care. Bye.